Good afternoon. This is Chris Mukherjee with the Law Office of Chris Mukherjee. You want to form a business. You've been told you need to either be an LLC or a corporation. Is that true? Well, it depends. It depends on the type of business you're forming. It depends on your goal for the business. It depends on where you want to take your business in the future. It depends how much money you've made in the business. All those factors play into a role to determine whether you even need to be an entity. When starting a business, you have several options. You could choose to be a sole proprietorship. You could choose to be an LLC. You could choose to be a corporation. You could choose to be a general partnership, right? Sit down with an attorney to figure out what your business goals are. What's your mission? Where you want to take your business? What's your business plan say you want to be? Because there are certain type of businesses that cannot be LLCs. In California, if you're a doctor, a dentist, a chiropractor, a naturopath, a lawyer, an accountant, even a general contractor, you can't be an LLC. You have to be a corporation. And if you're a new business that's just starting off, you have a business idea, a concept, you don't really have a business plan in place, and you really haven't made any money yet, you don't have a lot of assets you want to protect, then do you really even need to be an entity at that point? A lot of times we'll meet with clients and they have a great idea for a business. It could be an Etsy business they want to form, right? But they really haven't made any money in the business yet. They don't have a lot of assets to protect. At that point, we may suggest that they try being a sole proprietor initially to see if the business is viable. If it's successful, they can get insurance to protect themselves. And once the business starts making some money to the point where it's going to be beneficial for them from a tax perspective to have an entity, then we can approach and form the entity, right? They may be better off just getting enough insurance to protect themselves, which will likely be cheaper than the cost of forming the entity and paying the annual franchise tax fee. So having that assessment with the client is usually done when we have a chance to sit down with them and truly assess their business plan, their business idea, the concept moving forward, right? The differences between an LLC and a corporation, there's similarities, there's differences, obviously. The similarities are in the formation of it. When you're forming an LLC, the LLCs have what's called the Articles of Organization. A corporation has the Articles of Incorporation. The corporations have bylaws, LLCs have operating agreements. They both have minutes initially. They both have stock certificates and membership certificates and ledgers, etc. But what differentiates them a lot is how you pay yourself in an LLC versus a corporation, and also your annual corporate formalities. In a corporation, you're required to file an annual statement of information with the state. You're required to have your annual minutes. In an LLC, you don't need to have that. In an LLC, you're required to file your statement of information every 2 years. You're not required to have annual minutes. So the formalities are a little bit more lax in an LLC. And an LLC may be suitable more for a moms and pops type of business, right? Whereas if your goal to take your business to the next level is you need to bring on some venture capital investors in the future, well, they're going to prefer that you be a Delaware C corporation versus a California LLC. So as you can see, there's a lot of factors that go into determining what type of business structure you need to be, or even if you need to have a business structure. Give me a call. Let's talk about it. Let's figure out what you need to have, and let's guide you along the process. Chris Mukherjee with the Law Office of Chris Mukherjee. I look forward to working with you. Thank you.